Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, today we're going to talk about Heiken Ashi candles, Japanese candles. They're very pretty. This is a monthly chart right here, and I'm going to go through the different time frames and wicks and stop losses and all that sort of stuff involving Heiken Ashi candles for you. Tesla had a high today of 238.33, a low of 232.10. So about $6.20 range is a tight range for Tesla. She was a boring day, and it closed at 236.08. The current price of Tesla is about 236.05. She's pretty much been moving sideways in a 20-25 cent range after hours. This monthly chart doesn't have after hours on it. None of these charts that I'm going to show you, they just go up to the close at the end of the day here. So, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see. So, Japanese candles. Okay. First off, I want to point out that the higher the time frame, the stronger the signal. And what that means is a monthly candle. Each candle is 1 month, okay? And a monthly candle gives a stronger signal than a weekly candle. A weekly candle gives a stronger signal than a daily candle. A daily candle gives a stronger signal than a 4-hour candle, and so on. About the weakest candle you can look at is a 1-minute candle. Grandpa likes the 2-minute candle and the 5-minute candle and the 15-minute and whatever. I like them all. But, okay, so what do we have going on in this monthly chart? What's important here? Well, there's a number of things that are important. First off, we have a sell signal in the monthly. And it's a beautiful sell signal. It's right here. See this big green candle where Grandpa's mouse is going up and down? This body of this one is engulfed into that one. Don't worry about the wicks in this part of the game, okay? This one is engulfed into it, and this red one substantiates everything. Once you have this red candle and it's engulfed into the green one over to the left, it is a sell signal. And not only that, now we got 2 of them, so we have 4 candles engulfed into this one. That makes a terrifically beautiful, strong sell signal, okay? And if you go back up here to 414, a little over 2 years ago, we had a beautiful green candle, okay? Just for reference here, something to think about. The green candle next to it, you always want the same color engulfed into it first if possible. But it can be a red one and then a green one that gets engulfed into it. But if they're all red coming out of the chute, it's a lot of times it's just a bear flag at that point, okay? But this is the perfect setup here. So you got this one's engulfed into the previous. The body of this indecision candle here is engulfed into it, obviously. This one, this beautiful red candle here, is engulfed into it. This one's engulfed into it. That one's engulfed into it. And this one's not. So you would want to sell anywhere after this red indecision candle or on this one, you'd want to get out of Dodge, and you had opportunities all the way up to 383 to get out of it. 1, 2, 3 times you would have had the opportunity, and you would have had 4 opportunities in the 370 range to get out and go short. Okay, and it went to 101. That's quite a move. Okay, we have the same thing going here. The only reason that this one is not as strong as this one up here, this one down here is not as strong as this one, is because it is further down on the range. The higher up on the range it is up here, the stronger your sell signal will be. The lower down, if you're buying, the stronger it will be going up. So we're kind of in the middle here with this sell signal. But this sell signal, Grandpa talks about 101.07, where I caught him blinking down there, and Grandpa says it's probably going to go there in your future. Well, this thing here can take us past 101, I'll guarantee it. It took us from 414 to 101. That's $310, $12. It took us down. $300 move on a sell signal. Well, if we go down $300 from here, we're going to be in the negative. It doesn't have to go $300, but it can easily go to the 101, easily. And these candles can be so huge that they can do the 300 range and make another candle and come down and take out in a 3 candle span. They can do it all. So you take this candle here, you're up at 282. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles later, you're at 101. So in the span of 4 candles, you moved a long ways. Okay, and here's our trend lines. This trend line here, the top blue one, goes all the way back over 2 years up to the high here. Goes down through the 300 or 280 or 169 areas in here. And like I say, it's over 2 years old. To this point, it's over 2 years. And on the other hand, we have a buy signal that's 11 months old. It's going to be 12 months old in another month. So we have congestion here, and she's going to break one way or the other and close out of this thing. Grandpa thinks we're going to go up first and take out the 280, 300 area. This yellow line is 280, and keep on sailing. Now let's look at let's see if I got a message here. I want to look at the wicks and go through wicks a little bit with you. Okay, so I got a message from Jeff, but I'm not sure what it's about. Okay, so Heiken, Ashi, Japanese candles. What Grandpa likes to watch on them, and that you'll find is very prevalent and will give you a clear sign. And besides the engulfing, sometimes if you don't have the engulfing, it can give you the signal prior to it with the wick. Okay. You see this big wick on this one here prior to it going up here, and then you see the big green wick here, okay? That's a sign of weakness, okay? When the wick is on the top side of the green candle strong, or even the red candle to the top side, any wick going out the top side shows weakness. It's going to go down. You got 1, 2, 3 signs. Get out of Dodge and take the ride down. Okay, this thing is weak. It's gonna go down, and people don't realize it. They sit there and they're up here buying like they're insane. And there's people that still own shares up there long. I'll bet you money. Look at these wicks on your Japanese candles. And she comes down, and when she gets down here, you want two. You want to usually have two. Sometimes you don't get two. But you got to make a decision. If you're way up at the top and you got one, if you think you're in the top of the range and you got one big wick, get out of Dodge. They take out the stops up here with that garbage, and then they reverse it, and they take out the stops on the bottom. The stop losses on the bottom with these wicks, and they're down and back so quick, it's over quickly in the smaller time frames. So down here you got these two big wicks on the bottom. There's your sign right there that this thing is going to reverse and go up. So you go from 101 all the way up to $300. That's $200 bounce. Just looking at a crazy 1 month chart. Let's look at the weekly chart. Grandpa likes the weekly a lot. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at these pretty candles. Okay, so, excuse me. Here, up back when it was 2 years ago, look at the wick on that thing. Look at the wick on the next one. And the next one. Look at that wick. Get out of Dodge. And on the bottom side, you here even when it's going to do just a mild reversal, you get the wicks. Sell it. That's a lot. And you start getting the wicks on the bottom, get back in. Up here, we got wicks. Okay, now we got some good strong wicks on the bottom in the weekly currently. That's what Grandpa keeps saying. I think we're going to get 280 before we see the 190, 180 range, is because of what I'm seeing right here with this. We have a reversal in the weekly. We have a buy signal. Hull is still saying that it's a sell signal, but Hull is slow. It's so lagging. It's terrible. But these wicks aren't lagging. And they're painting you a picture. This wick right here and that one, they're telling you that we're heading up. Now, we got a long one right here on this candle, but we have nothing on these two. So you got three telling you we're going up. Plus, we have the reversal in the weekly. This weekly can easily take you to $300. So that's the weekly. Now let's look at the daily. Oh, daily's very pretty. Daily is scary. We might bounce down to 225, 230. Looking at this thing, 220. But yeah, we have a reversal. Hull says we're still going up, and we very well might. But in the daily, we have a reversal sell signal. This candle's engulfed into the bigger one. We got long wicks on two of them. This is a strong sell signal in the daily. This daily can take us to 220, 210 area, no doubt. And but on the other hand, I just what kind of negates it for me is we got the indecision candle here, but we got three strong big wicks on the bottom. And we're higher up on the chart. Or in the middle of the chart, I mean. So it's hard to say with that weekly. In the we have a dirty sell signal in the 4 hour, but our wicks are longer. These 3 weeks here brought us down here, okay? And now we're getting long wicks down here. That tells Grandpa we're going to reverse upward, okay? Look where your most recent wicks are. We got several of them, okay? And this is all within regular hours. If you go back in time, up here, if you go back in time, where my mouse is, you got some green wicks, long ones, long one on that one, and she's off to the races down. You get a long wick on the bottom, and she reverses a little bit. Here you got a few good, nice long wicks, and up she goes. Couple long wicks, down she goes. Couple long wicks, up she goes. It's not all that complicated. Nothing Grandpa does is real complicated. That you'll find out. But it just confirms what Grandpa sees. You know, here we beautiful cell signal. I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful. You got long wicks up to the top. You're engulfed by 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles and then a red one. This on this indecision, you'd want to get out of Dodge based on what you're seeing in this hourly chart. And down here, look what they did. They went down and I'll guarantee you they cleaned out stop losses in this area on this wick, in this hourly deal, and back up they go. Then they get the long wick at the top and they run her down in the basement. And so we're off to the races. Hourly chart, we have a reversal going up. I think we're going to go up, up, up. Let's see, what am I forgetting to tell you? Well, a lot of times the market makers, they like to take you out on the top and the bottom and in the same day. Here's a good example of it. I don't know if this is all in the same day. I think probably pretty close to it. But regardless, they come with the long wick right out of the chute. They reverse it quickly. They get people going that direction. They take out their stop losses. They come up here. Look at the wick on that thing. Look at the wick on that thing. Look at the wick on this one. When you see that, in the 30-minute chart, they're telling us what to do. Get out of Dodge. She's going to go in the basement, okay? And then vice versa. Look at the nice, beautiful long wicks that we have on the bottom side. Get back on the bus. Look at that wick. They're killing people with them wicks. But the wick can be your friend. You want it to be your friend. Look at these 3 beautiful ones right here. We're going up. 30 minutes going up. 15-minute. Here they did it up. The other day we got 244.01 for a high. Look at the wick on that thing. We only got the one, but when you see a monster like that, get off the bus and run for your life. The sky is falling. That's Henny Penny, by the way. Henny Penny knew when the sky was falling. Okay, I think Grandpa's probably talked long enough. Here's your 5-minute chart. Beautiful wicks. Look at these wicks on the bottom. Look at the wicks on the top. You got big wicks, whether they're red or green, especially the green ones on the top. She's going down. Okay? We don't have any big wicks right here. This thing ain't go unless we see some monster wicks down here. And if we do, she's going to the races. This thing's going up. I think we're reversing. Short term, but in that monthly, we're going to 101. You're going to see 101 in your future according to that monthly chart. I'll put it back on it just to scare you. Look at this thing. Look at this bus. 280, get out of Dodge. 280, 300, get out of Dodge, and look for 101 in your future. Okay, well, that's all Grandpa knows about that. I hope this was helpful, and God bless you, and maybe I'll see you another day. Bye-bye.